Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in to the JMK Garage. A huge shout out here to Rocky's Harley Davidson in London, Ontario for inviting me out to test ride a number of the 2024 model Harleys with no strings attached. As you will see, my buddy Chris and I had a ton of fun with the new 2024 Harleys and a couple of the 23s to the test. Stay tuned to the end to hear my full review of each of the bikes. Well guys, welcome back to the JMK Garage. We're going to do another take here at a moto vlogging video as we head to Rocky's Harley Davidson, South London, Ontario here to test ride some of the 2024 model Harleys, including the Road Glide, Street Glide, and I'm hoping to do a Lowrider S as well. You may have seen, if you've been sticking around here a while, last year about the same time, buddy Chris and I went to Rocky's and we test rode a handful of bikes. First one for me was the 2023 Sportster S 1250. Very different ride for a Harley. Very impressive. Not my style really, but again, very impressive. Also took out the Street Love, which I was not a big fan of, surprisingly, considering that I bought the Harley Dyna here, which is the predecessor to the Lowrider Softails. I also took out a very impressive Street Glide. It was a Stage 4 build, bored out to the 122 cubic inch. I believe it dynoed around 140, 150 horsepower. Again, very impressive bike. After that, I took out a Road Glide, which was also a nice bike, but I did not ride that long enough to really appreciate. And a few months back, as the 2024 models were introduced, I really became a big fan of the new Road Glides there, especially the new front fairing. The old style looked really, outdated. So, for the changes that I've been hoping for a while now to get out on a new one, Jennifer at Rocky's reached out and offered to let me take out some of the bikes for the Harley demo days, and got some nice weather here, so could not pass up this opportunity. So as mentioned, we're going to head over there, meet my buddy Chris, take out a few of the bikes. Plan to do at least a Road Glide and Street Glide. I'm really hoping to do the 2024 Lowrider S as well, or the ST, and just get a feel for that bike in comparison to my 2004 Lowrider here. Should be a fun time. Get there in a few minutes and go riding. And here we are at Rocky's. Made in good time. Very comfy, very awkward compared to my Dyna. It's like I'm sitting on a sofa. This thing handles the bumps nice. Dyna wasn't bouncing off the seat. Alright, so right now we got the bike in rain mode as per Jennifer's recommendation. Down there. I am getting a lot of wind. Not sure if that's because this here is open or closed. Not sure. You do? Okay. It doesn't feel fast. It doesn't feel fast. Yeah, I know. What are you trying to do? Oh. On the front. Up front here. Back down this way? maybe a lot of wind buffeting with this bearing. This has some nice big, not big, but, you know, up to here or so, that would be a lot better. Definitely a huge difference in sport mode here. Might be just my head putting the exhaust down before you think of that? Movie handlers. I like it.
Oh, I like this though. Weird. I think it's finally gotten it figured out now. Mine's a little fine. I like that too. Pretty comfy, eh?
It is. It's comfier than that thing, I think. You do. No.
Yep. Take that one. Yeah. Yep. That's a weird now.
Well guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride on each of these bikes. My apologies though, as the audio did not come through as good as I had planned, so it's difficult to understand what I was trying to say on each of these rides, but to give you a little rundown, I first took out the 2024 Street Glide, which I was really excited about, and it's a bike that I had considered buying before my Dyna. And my first opinion was that I am very glad I did not buy that bike. Although it's very smooth and comfortable to sit on, it did not feel to be the best riding position. It felt more like I was on the couch, cruising along with less control than on my Dyna, which I've grown to like. After switching back to this bike later on in the ride though, and switching it into sport mode, I began to really appreciate the bike. I think that a set of higher bars and maybe some different foot controls would really make the ride more enjoyable. Second bike that I took out was the 23 or 24, a little unsure of that, but it was the Lowrider ST, which I was also very excited to take out. I felt very comfortable on the bike. Definitely not as comfortable in a comfort sense, but comfortable in the ergonomics on handlebars and that, as it was closer to my Dyna. So immediately on that bike, I felt confident riding it, and began twisting the throttle wide open. It was a ton of fun, absolute blast. Less comfortable than the Street Glide, more comfortable though than my Dyna for sure, and a lot more power and torque. The only thing I was not a big fan of on that bike was the gauges. Very difficult to read the speed and all the information on that tiny screen on the handlebar top clamp. I think though that the Lowrider S gauges would look very good on that, and I can understand why people switch to those gauges on the ST. Overall, that bike was an absolute blast. That bike had previously been modded with the 135 engine, and Rockies had swapped that out for the stock 117, which is plenty of power. I'd be really interested to ride it with the 135. That would have been an absolute monster and probably too much power for that bike. The third bike that I took out, and by far my favorite, was the 2024 Road Glide. Just the standard edition, not the CVO ST or nothing, which I think would be an absolute blast. Anyways, this model here, absolutely loved it. The only thing I would change, similar to the Street Glide, is the handlebars. I would swap them out for a T-bar setup, similar to what I have in my Dyna. These ones here are a little pulled back and a little wider than I'd like, and the footboards are quite squishy and spongy. A nice set of thrashing or other hard floorboards would be really nice in this bike. I'd like to have one of these bikes one day. And the last bike I took out was the 23 Street Glide, just for comparison. And this one here had the 114 motor, which is the standard, not the special or nothing. And surprisingly, I actually really like this bike. It was comfortable. The sound of the engine was good. It was all around a pretty fun bike, which I'm surprised how much I liked it, considering I was so excited to ride the 24 models with all the extra technology. And on the short rides that we went on, I didn't really get opportunity to play around with the instrument panel to use the GPS or sound or any of that, which I would like to try out someday. But being that this one here is more basic, just the analog gauges, it was nice to be able to see exactly what was going on without trying to dig into the details of the big digital screen. So once again, thank you for watching, and a huge thanks to Rockies Harley Davidson for inviting me out to have some fun on these bikes.